Phenomenal job by you and your team here tonight. Very resilient bunch.
Yeah, and I told it wasn't exactly the way we did. It was sloppy at times, but we played through that adversity. And you know what, Kerry? Remember I talked to you about how they play with confidence with Cade. There was no chin in the chest, stuff like that, because he's a leader. And you know what? It's fitting because after Thursday night's game, Cade wanted to bury himself in a hole. And I'll tell you what, he shows up to practice, doesn't say anything. And every player on that team came up and gave that kid a hug. He said, "Man, you're going to do it in Game 3," and he did it. He carried us.
Coach, I just want to take a second, take a deep breath. I just want you to think for a moment. What does this mean to you as a coach? And guy, you've been here this program your 10th season now. Mm-hmm. You've taken this program here back to back to South State championships. Heartbreaking losing it last year at Hattiesburg, but to win this for Neal Walther, what's it feel like?
Well, I think it was some validation in that what we're doing is the right thing. Just buying into the program, and at times, obviously, they're going to get away with it because they're 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. But just playing the game the right way. We want to put pressure on people, things like that. And at times, maybe you have some guys that don't buy into it. But then when you get some success, Kerry, it's a little bit easier to get them to listen to you and say, hey, you know what, this works. This works. And hey, look, I want to say this. And I say this to all the boys every single year when we just keep advancing further and further. This isn't just these guys right here. This is the Ryan Rivets and the Dylan Spears and the guys like that came before them that helped build this foundation. I mean, Kerry, when I got to Pearl River Central, I show up and there's signs on the wall that said we made the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they made the playoffs 4 times in history, and that was a big deal. And I said, that's enough. That's enough. Keep going on. And I think all those guys, Aaron Lee, your partner tonight, was a big part of that. Just a great player for us. And builds foundation, helps those younger guys. So this isn't just their win here. Man, I'm going to give it to the people like Nick Newman and Cody Miller and Dylan Spears and Aaron Lee and like I said, all those guys that came before them because they helped in this whole process.
Coach, I want to ask you one thing here. Your coaching staff, these guys are amazing. I mean, what y'all have gone through in this series alone to have these kids ready to play the last 2 days. Tip the hat to you, but I know that the quality of the guys you got over here, they're phenomenal.
It's great, and I tell people, I think a big part of it is not only that they're knowledgeable coaches, but I think you need a different type of coach for a different type of player. And if I had to group us, me and Coach Hawthorne are somewhat similar in coaches and we're just similar in coaching styles, okay? And then you got Coach Dunhurst and Coach Stocks are a little bit different. And whereas one play, just like in the classroom they talk about, there's visual learners, auditory learners, that sort of stuff. There's kids who learn different ways. And you know what? I think a strength of ours is that we recognize what we can and what we can't do. And there's no egos on this coaching staff. We're willing to hand it off. Look, I'll go to Coach Stocks and say, hey, man, look, he's not getting it through me. Why don't you go ahead and take him? And he'll do that, and he'll do the same with me. And I think we just really work well together. And just like the kids are all friends, we're all friends. And I think that helps a lot.
Coach, South State champs, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
It hasn't sunk in yet, has it?
No, it hasn't. I tell you what, I think you're fixing to talk to the guy